Throughout the Great Lakes, early season smallie fishing is generally associated to large, shallow rock, rubble, and sand flats. The best areas tend to be in depths from 4 to about 15 feet of water. Smaller, wind-protected bays tend to concentrate brown bass in early spring with water temperature in the 40s. As water temperature rises into the 50s, main lake flats will also see schools of fish. Wind is a big deal here and can dramatically affect water temperature and fish movement. In general, wind blowing into bays and flats brings fish in, while offshore winds will suck in cold water and blow fish out. You know, we're in Grand Traverse Bay right now and it has incredible visibility. And a lot of the waters we fish, you don't have that good of visibility. And what I'll do is spend a lot of time driving around with side imagery on these flats to really isolate the biggest boulders. The fish that move up onto these flats, they really have the tendency to really gravitate to the largest rocks on there. Like that one right there, that's a winner. You want to put a waypoint right on that big boulder right there. Here you got some more big ones out here on both sides of the boat. But what I'll do is I'll spend, you know, an hour just driving around out on these big flats, just really keying in to find the best spots on these structures. Great big boulders, that's the key spots where the fish are going to move in. When they move up onto this flat, that's exactly where that fish is going to be sitting at. When I work back through here, I'll just cast right to those coordinates. And the other thing, a lot of times you get up on these flats and you just have like subtle depressions up on these flats and you're casting into these depressions, you know, they sort of like turquoise, and then the lighter spots are sort of sandy colored. Then you get like a deeper depression, looks sort of turquoise, and we're pitching right into those locations. Today we're fishing on Grand Traverse Bay of Lake Michigan. Here's a few more brown bass hotspots around the Great Lakes. Lake Superior, Chequamegon Bay. Lake Michigan, Sturgeon Bay, and the whole Door County Peninsula. This includes Washington Island. There's also a lot of bass in Big Bay and Little Bay de Noc to the north. Lake Huron, go to Saginaw Bay. Lake Erie, both eastern and western basins have tremendous smallmouth bass fisheries. On Lake Ontario, Henderson Harbor and Chamont Bay are just a few of the many areas to hunt whopper brownies.
You know, when you think about trophy hunting for largemouth bass, you're thinking maybe big swim baits, big bait casters, heavy line. But when you think about trophy hunting for big smallmouth bass in the Great Lakes like we're talking about, it's 2 spinning rods and tiny little baits. You can keep it real simple and very easy.
That's one thing when you're fishing these clear water environments, and for smallmouth it's sort of odd in the fact that we're using 2-inch baits. 3-inch bait would be actually a larger profile bait, you know, tubes, swim baits, little hair jigs. But the thing is that these fish are just coming out of their wintering areas. When they first come up, the fish are a little lethargic, and you want your presentation to move it relatively slow. You put it in front of them and retrieve it slow, and all of a sudden you go whoop, whoop, and you set the hook and you got a bulldog on.